bow our head and ask.
Historically and culturally, yes, we've always started our meetings off with a prayer and a handshake, or a handshake and then a prayer, whichever one that comes first.
There's another
Wait, this guy's too old for that, though.
Thank you.
Thanks for helping us learn more. That is a very nice way, I think, to start a meeting.
I really respect that. They're respecting our culture. I'm Daniel Crazy Thunder, and I'm with the Oglala Sioux Tribe, Department of Public Safety. The Unified Command is very, very, very new to me. I've never heard of it, and then with coming here today and being up here in the Joint Field Operations Center with FEMA and the state, I've never sat in on these things. The storm that impacted us was around Christmas of 2009. How it impacted us is it was just that we had a large amount of record snowfall. At one point, we had from 50 to 60 foot drifts. Basically, our dispatch center, which is our 911 dispatch center in Porcupine, South Dakota, was getting overwhelmed with calls of people wanting help.
My name is Nancy Casper. I'm the Federal Coordinating Officer for disasters 1886 and 1887 in the state of South Dakota. And I invited the tribes to participate in Unified Command as a way to really recognize their sovereign nation status and bring them into the leadership cell of the recovery unit of the disaster.
There are several grant plans, and
the last thing we wanted to do was a show and tell. This was not about bringing someone in and saying, okay, tribal partner, here's how the federal government does business. That's not what the week was intended to be. It was intended to be, here's how the federal government operates within its programs. Tell us some about how you operate within your tribal government. And over the next several weeks, as we decide how we're going to deliver programs in the state of South Dakota, we want you to have a voice in how we do that.
I mean, I don't know if you've known anybody else that have been to the Pine Ridge Reservation. People have said statements about this before. It's a third world country on our reservation. That's how our poverty is. But as the Lakota people, again, we always find means and ways to recover from such things and try not to let these things get us down, because we think of us being Lakota people. We're proud.
If I could have one success from all of this, it would be for people to recognize the importance of engaging tribal partners in a meaningful way. And by meaningful, I mean in a way that does recognize that government-to-government relationship. The states will always be a part of the process. The local governments will always be a part of the process. Federal government, we all got to work together at every level of government. But the way we interact with tribal partners is and should be different than a way we interact with other parts of the government. You as well, sir.